Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, welcome in. This is your weekend sales update. Pretty good weekend, 14 sales between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was bundle weekend, I tell you, because 3 separate people bought multiple items from the store. So let's take a look, let's take a goose, let's take a gander at the sales. First up, the first buyer from Largo, Florida bought 3 binders of baseball cards. So we're going to have a heavy package here. 1990 Upper Deck. That one sold for $24. 1991 sold for $12. Not a very desirable set. And 1992 sold for $25. Those are all very heavy. Now, the next sale, look at this. So I finally did it. My boys are in 3T. I finally went through and listed at least their 18-month clothing. I did that about 3 weeks ago. I'd only had 1 or 2 sales, so I was like, ooh, I don't really want to take the time to do the 24-month yet, and I still got 2 totes of 2T. It'll all get done eventually because one buyer in Eric, Oklahoma bought between 4 listings, 50 articles of 18-month clothing, a bundle of 12 pairs of pants, a bundle of 15 shorts, a bundle of 5 long sleeve shirts, and a bundle of 18 short sleeve t-shirts. So that totals 50 clothing. They paid $75 plus shipping, and they are getting a whole 18-month wardrobe. So that is good to hear. And then last sale on Friday was a pair of Harley jeans. I got these on Dibdit. Shout out Daddy Death Pile Picker. I think I got these for $5, yep, and they sold for $16. Those are going to Fort Pierce, Florida. Next one, add this to your don't buy if you're looking to resell, but surprisingly so, because I thought this was a winner when I found it over a year ago. This has been listed for over a year. This is a Arizona Diamondbacks. It's old. It's a Nike visor. It sat for so long, I finally marked it down to $5, and then I finally accepted a $3 offer. I got that a long time ago for 50 cents. Next, a pair of my wife's old shoes. Brooks Ghost running shoes. These sold for $36, headed to Hope, Indiana. Nice pair of Brooks. And then the last sale of Saturday and the best of the weekend was a signed baseball Tony Gwynn Hall of Fame 07 signed baseball. No certificate of authenticity, but it does have 2 authenticated stickers, one by MLB and one by Ironclad. That one sold almost worryingly fast for $142 going to Sheffield, Illinois. Maybe I should have listed that higher. I'm not sure. Next, all my CDs are super cheap now. Want to get rid of them. So somebody got these for a couple of bucks. These are still from that CD collection from last summer that I bought. Sold for $2 going to Springfield, Illinois. So if you want some cheap CDs, I think there's only about 10 left. And then the next one was another bundle buy, but I think I might put these in separate packages, and I'll tell you why. First up, Pyrex. This is a lid for a roaster. This sold for $7. Now, to be honest with you, I was going to tell you that I got this for free at a garage sale, but that would be a lie. And the truth is a little embarrassing, but you know what? You're still watching at 4 minutes, so I'll tell you anyway. I sold this with its bottom roaster for, it was pretty good sale. It was like $40 last year. And I'm a very safe packer, but I swear sometimes packages are abused in transit because my poor roaster was absolutely shattered. The buyer didn't even open the package because you could hear that it was just demolished. And I'm a very cautious packer. I mean, just check out my reviews on eBay right now. But it was returned back to me. I opened it up. The roaster was shattered, but the lid was beautiful. Other than there's a very slight scuff right here. And so I was like, well, I'm not just going to throw away this lid. Let's list this. And it sold for $7 going to Aurora, Illinois. And they also bought more Pyrex Visionware. I love a little Pyrex Visionware. You find it all the time here in Iowa. This set, actually, I think looking back at it, I got this quite a while ago. Early last garage sales, and I lotted it all together because I bought it all together, and sometimes I just do that and sometimes I don't. I think I should have pieced this out because these usually do pretty decent. I paid 10 for the whole set, and it sold for 28, so not a bad sale, but I think if I were to piece this out individually, because does somebody really need, how many people really need 2 of these? But going to the same buyer as the lid. I think I'm going to package that separately. They paid separate shipping. I could refund them the difference and package it together, but I think the safer route, especially given the history of that roaster, I think we'll put that in 2 separate packages. But what was your favorite sale? Honestly, why doesn't anybody like the Arizona Diamondbacks? That's a sweet visor, and it's been listed for a long time, even been promoted, and nobody wanted it. But that was probably... I like Visionware, so that was my favorite. What was yours?